looking forward to having Air Force, BYU, and our club team here. We've been working really hard in and out of the pool. Our swimmers and divers are beat up, but ready to show what they're capable of. It's been a great couple training cycles. First 3 weeks was pretty general, aerobic, technical. We're building into some race specificity, and I know our divers are learning new dives. I heard one of our divers learned 3 new dives last week, Isaiah.
Yeah.
And we're excited. They're ready to get up and do some racing. It's been a lot of work, a lot of early mornings, a lot of just grinding. So it's gonna be fun to see where we're at.
For you specifically, how's the transition been from where you were at previous at Army to here at CMU? How's that transition gone?
Wonderful. I've loved every minute of it. I told my wife, and we loved West Point, and working with cadet athletes was just an amazing privilege. But I worked with the same person, for 13 years, and here it's a lot more diversity, a lot more interesting stories, a lot of scrappy, blue-collar, hard-working people that I'm absolutely loving getting to know these kids and building a team. They're ambitious. They work hard. I think we've only scratched the tip of the surface in terms of what we're capable of doing, in the pool, on the boards. It's been a lot of fun. It's been beautiful, this place. We're just really thrilled to be here. It's been great.
Questions?
Yeah, why'd you make the decision to go from Army to CMU?
I wanted to expose my kids to the real world. Growing up for 13 years on an Army base, I think it was time for them to experience something a little bit different. I wanted personally to put down roots in a community, in a place where we could be for a long time. There's really no end game at West Point in terms of, not that I'm only 52 years old, but 10 or 15 years when I think about retiring. We love Colorado. We wanted to be in a beautiful place. I wanted to buy my wife a home. We've been in military quarters, which has been great, but it was time to kind of experience the real world and try something a little bit different. We can win here. And I started my career at a Division II school, Cal State Northridge, where I worked for a guy named Pete Accardi, the Division II coach of the decade, and gave me a real appreciation for this level. And there's nothing I'd like to do more than honor his legacy. And Pete was a great mentor to me and passed away just a couple of years ago. And I got some unfinished business. So we're here to win, too.
Yeah, obviously winning is a big part of your game. How nice is it coming to a program that's already kind of been established and very successful in the years past?
Great. It's been great. And, one of the things, and I've moved around a little bit over my career, you never know how well received you're going to be by the student athletes. But I could not have asked for a better welcome. Attitude-wise, they're open and interested and working hard. Effort level is tremendous. And so it's been a smooth transition, at work and in the community. I have 4 children and 2 boys at Fruita High School. I can't say enough about the football and soccer programs for my 2 sons to not just have the school, but to have that family and that connection and that high character coaching that has made our transition really smooth. And my youngest daughter, Grace, is a gymnast. She's linked in with some very old family friends that we know that run a gym in town, and so it's been a very smooth, natural progression for us.
Having that military background, I'm sure you want to be Air Force upcoming.
Yes.
Brittany, what's it like kind of having a coach who has a military background? Is he harder on you?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily harder. It's definitely a different transition than we had with Jeff. It's more structured, I would say, which I think our team desperately needed. I've heard only good things with the structure from the swimmers, and I think it's going to be good for us this year.
And for you, I mean, having a great last season, how high are your expectations for yourself this upcoming season?
I'd say I have some pretty high expectations this year, but it's not only for me, it's for our whole dive team as a whole and the swim team as a whole too. I think coming in with some new incomers on the freshman side and transfers and having a new coach, I think it's really good for our program, and I think it will really show how much we needed it this year.
And you guys set records or new program highs as a diving community. Is there more pressure on you guys to surpass that this year?
I definitely think there's always pressure on us. We go into meets and people know who we are. They're like, oh, that's CMU diving. They know us by name, they know the coaches, they know everybody. So I think there's always the pressure on us to really show up to meets and compete.
It's one of those things where the diving squad is so deep that it's like, okay, well, we're gonna take first, second, third, fourth, we can take fifth, it's just kind of every week, kind of push each other, don't you?
Yeah, we definitely find that having each other as our biggest competitors is very good because we get to see each other every single day. So working right next to our biggest competitors every single day really helps us to push to our best every day, whereas at meets, when we come into people that are our biggest competitors, we only see them at meets. So every single day we're bettering ourselves because we're competing against our own teammates who are also the highest competitors that we have in the RMAC.
Is there a dive that you're really working on to add to the lineup?
So it's kind of been
It's a secret.
just it is.
Quadruple backflip on the
Triple Lindy.
Yeah,
Triple Lindy.
from a handstand.
Yeah. There's definitely been dives that I've been working on this year. We're just hoping to add some more DD, degree of difficulty, onto the list this year to help really solidify those spots at both RMACs and Nationals.
Being a military coach and having a military background and this kind of being your first stint as a Division II level coach, have you noticed any challenges trying to get people who are not cadets to try to conform to the way that of your coaching style?
Become cadets?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes and no. I think we, as Brittany said, have added another level or layer of accountability and structure to what we're doing. There have been some people who have walked away, which is fine. I think people have to choose to embrace what we're doing, and it's not for everybody. But I don't think that what we're doing is necessarily similar to what an academy does, as what an elite level swimming and diving program does.
Okay.
And I feel very strongly that Division I, Division II, Division III, it doesn't matter. We're running a program here where you can come and develop to your full potential. And you can find out how good of a diver and how good of a swimmer you are. And it's not about Division II. I think it's and I told the team the other day that it's an excuse to ever refer to Division II as being less than. CMU swimming and diving is about excellence. And I don't care what NCAA level we're at. We are going to develop young men and women to win in the pool, on the boards, and in life. And I don't care that we're Division II. I'm going to hold them to the same standard I did at Army or University of Washington or whatever's going on at Stanford or Cal or wherever else. We're about young people loving something and putting their heart and soul into it and finding out what they're capable of doing. And so, to me, it's not about Army or military. It's about producing a program and people that can excel in life.
Brittany, does that get you and your teammates fired up when you hear that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. I was like, I want to swim and dive now.
yeah.
Wall, run.
Yeah.
We weren't, unfortunately, the divers weren't over there for that, but we heard definitely some woohoos and yeah. So I definitely think it's welcomed by the swim team, and I definitely think we've got that fire under us that we're gonna just hit it hard this year.